What's up, everybody? This is Dave here with Comics Games Life, and today's video is on Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 4. We're going to pick up where issue number 3 left off, where the Tetracide is invading Gateway City, and it's emitting a sound that's going to cause the citizens of Gateway City to run into its mouth to be consumed. Now, to prevent this, Diana has cast a spell to cover the entire city that will make all the citizens of Gateway City deaf, stopping them from involuntarily running to their deaths. But remember, this is only temporary, so Diana has to act fast, and so here in issue number 4, they're able to call in some help from a familiar face. So this is Etta Candy and her sister Gia. Now Gia, this is her first appearance. She hasn't appeared in the Prime Universe, but Etta is an established character. She's one of Wonder Woman's good friends, as well as a former Argus agent, and she served time with Steve Trevor in the United States military, which is how Steve knows her. But here in the Absolute Universe, there doesn't seem to be an Argus agency. However, from what we learned here, it does seem like she has a friendship with Steve Trevor, so maybe her time in the military has transferred from the Prime Universe over to the Absolute Universe, and her profession here is of a private investigator. But the reason why Wonder Woman and Trevor are visiting these two is because Etta's sister Gia, she's sort of a witch. She has this herbal holistic shop filled with all kinds of exotic ingredients, and Wonder Woman needs to utilize some of those ingredients for the next phase of her plan. Now, during this brief introduction, the sisters are shocked by Diana's appearance because Steve has shared with them his time in hell and everything he knew about Diana, and they thought he was over-exaggerating. But upon meeting her, they feel the complete opposite because she is much more than what they had imagined. Now, pleasantries aside, they go on about their business because time is ticking. So Gia goes about looking for all the ingredients that Diana needs to cast this next spell. Now, these ingredients range from simple and harmless to deadly and poisonous. But the ingredient that they're least expecting is the one that Diana needs the most of, and that's blood. So as a trio offers up as much blood as they can spare, Diana goes into a back room to commence casting this spell. Now, this specific spell is for her to get her arm back. And if you want to know exactly what happened to her arm and why it's missing, go ahead and check out my video about issue number 3 because it explains it all there. Now, once the process is successful, Diana is ready to take on the Tetracide. Now, after she cleans herself off, she sees that the Tetracide is no longer waiting for the people to come to it, it's going to the people. And it's invading the city like Godzilla does to Tokyo, and it's knocking things down, searching out for its prey. So Diana has no time left and needs to act fast. Now, I love what happens next because gone are the ideas of an intricate plan or complex spells. She goes straight Amazon warrior on this thing and pretty much does what she did with the deafening spell. She makes a quick trip to the ocean to retrieve Athena's sword and then enchants it the same way she enchanted the deafening spell, which caused the entire city to lose its hearing. And as we can see, her sword gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And with the size of this sword, she has to muster up all the strength that she has to be able to fly it into the air and dive bomb it, plunging it into the hide of the Tetracide. And her attack doesn't end there as she proceeds to swing it downwards, slicing it in half. And if you wanted to know what the inside of this thing looks like, there's a perfect picture of it right here. And once everything is said and done, she walks away from her handiwork like a boss. Now, with all this being televised, there are plenty of people out there who have their eyes on the action. But one of significant importance is Veronica Cale, who is traditionally an enemy of Wonder Woman. Now, her role in the Prime Universe is one of a self-made genius businesswoman. But in her role in the Absolute Universe, she's the National Security Advisor to the President of the United States. Now, given this impression of her, it seems like she will continue to be a villain of Wonder Woman, and that's probably going to be a common thread throughout the rest of her series, is her bumping heads with the United States government, just like she did in previous issues with Steve Trevor's commanding officer. Now, the story in this issue was quick and to the point. It seems to me like they just wanted to end her battle with the Tetracide so they can move on to bigger and more interesting things. But there's a couple of things here with the artwork in this issue that I want to point out. First is I love the way that she killed the Tetracide because as she came down on it, it's so easy to just cut it directly in half. I like the way they kind of came at it at an angle. It's not a big thing, but stuff like that, it makes it feel a little bit more real, a little bit more probable. I know this is a comic book with superheroes and supervillains, but I like the fact that not everything needs to be perfect because I felt like it would have been easier to just have it been cut exactly in half just for it to look cool. But this odd slice that she gave it, I'm digging that imperfection a lot more. Now, the second thing I gotta say is not just about this issue, but all the previous issues thus far of the Absolute Wonder Woman series. The paneling is beautiful. I really think it makes the artwork pop and gives this book a lot of character. Now, I want to thank you all again for watching these videos. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy them, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I do have more on the way, so look forward to those. And don't forget to support your local comic and game shops. You guys are awesome, and I will see you next time.